Hi, good morning, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope all of you are safe and healthy. Okay, and welcome back to my channel. And today in this video, we are going to discuss and study about EC2 instance types. Okay, so in my previous videos, we already have discussed about, in short, we have discussed about Amazon EC2 instance. So, what is EC2 instance itself? It is an AWS service, and that is used to create the virtual machines on AWS environment. Okay, that is all about EC2 itself. Okay. So today in this video, we will discuss about how many types of EC2 instances we can create on AWS environment itself. Okay. So आज के वीडियो में हम ये चर्चा करने वाले हैं कि AWS EC2 इंस्टेंस के कितने प्रकार होते हैं, कितने टाइप्स होते हैं और कितने तरह के EC2 इंस्टेंसेस हम लोग AWS इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे AWS environment पे हम लोग बना सकते हैं. That is the subject of this video today. Okay. So let us start. I'll stop my video and will share my screen. Yes, so let me explain. On Amazon EC2 provides a wide selection of instance types optimized to fit different use cases. Okay, so we need virtual machines or EC2 instances for various kind of requirements. Okay, different तरह की requirements होती है for the in terms of application, in terms of website, in terms of deploying any workload. Okay, so various kinds of हमारी requirements हो सकती है, हमारे applications हो सकते हैं. Depending upon that, AWS जो है हमें वाइड रेंज ऑफ EC2 इंस्टेंसेस के टाइप्स प्रोवाइड करता है और जिसमें से हम एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ आवर एप्लीकेशन, ओके, और द वर्कलोड वी आर गोइंग टू डिप्लॉय ऑन EC2 environment, we can select the type of EC2 machine itself. Okay, so instance types comprise varying combinations. Okay, so instance types डिपेंड्स ऑन वेरियस फैक्टर्स. ओके, कि हमें हमारे एप्लीकेशंस को डिप्लॉय करने के लिए हमारा सीपीयू की कैपेसिटी क्या होनी चाहिए, हमें कितनी मेमोरी की रिक्वायरमेंट है, हमें कितना स्टोरेज चाहिए, स्टोरेज वॉल्यूम कितना चाहिए, एंड नेटवर्क कैपेसिटी. ओके, नेटवर्क इन आउट कैपेसिटी हमें कितनी चाहिए. इन सारी चीजों पे ये टाइप्स डिपेंड करती हैं, जिसके बेसिस पे हम EC2 इंस्टेंस टाइप्स के सिलेक्शन कर सकते हैं. ओके, एंड each instance types include one or more instance sizes, allowing you to scale your resources to the requirement of your target workload. Okay, और जो भी इंस्टेंस टाइप हम लोग सेलेक्ट करेंगे वर्चुअल मशीन क्रिएट करने के लिए, ठीक है, उसके डिफरेंट वेरिएशंस होते हैं, वेरिएशन साइज होते हैं. ओके, लाइक इंस्टेंस टाइप्स आपको 4 GB रैम का EC2 मशीन क्रिएट करना है. आफ्टर दैट इफ यू फील दैट यू वांट टू अपग्रेड दैट, then there is options to upgrade that, like आप 8 GB रैम के लिए जा सकते हो, 16 GB के लिए जा सकते हो. Okay, similarly there are various storage sizes also, so different combinations are there for selecting the type of EC2 machines itself. Okay, हमारे डिफरेंट वर्कलोड्स क्या हो सकते हैं, वर्चुअल मशीन्स बनाने की जरूरत क्यों पड़ती है. तो लाइक हमें कोई वेबसाइट डिप्लॉय करना हो, लाइक ई कॉमर्स वेब सर्वर्स लाइक फ्लिपकार्ट, Amazon, or Myntra, like Myntra.com, all this kind of e-commerce इस टाइप के भी e-commerce वेबसाइट्स आप डेवलप कर रहे हैं, जिसको आप इंटरप्राइज स्केल पे आप डेवलप करना चाहते हैं और इसको होस्ट करना चाहते हैं. सो दैट इज अ केस वेयर वी विल नीड द वर्चुअल मशीन और EC2 इंस्टेंस. एप्लीकेशंस को रन करने के लिए कोई भी वेबसाइट है, कोई वेब पोर्टल है, तो उसके डेटा को स्टोरेज करने के लिए हमें डेटाबेस सर्वर्स की जरूरत होती है. तो डेटाबेस सर्वर्स बनानी हो तो वहां भी हमें वर्चुअल मशीन की जरूरत पड़ेगी. सो इन दैट केस आल्सो वी कैन ऑप्ट फॉर EC2 इंस्टेंसेस फॉर डेटाबेस सर्वर्स. Different kind of application servers, that is also one of the requirement. Various background jobs, background processing, like let us say in case of this e-commerce application itself, where different kind of requirement are there, like logistic processing, okay, payment processing, refund and cancellation, okay, all those processes. So there are some background routines, okay, background processes हम लिखते हैं, jobs होते हैं जो background में scheduled होते हैं और they are being triggered on different scenarios. Okay, तो इस टाइप के वर्कलोड्स को होस्ट करने के लिए भी हमें मशीन की जरूरत पड़ती है, EC2 इंस्टेंसेस की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है. गेमिंग सर्वर्स आपको बनाना हो तो वहां भी आपको EC2 इंस्टेंसेस की रिक्वायरमेंट होगी. बिग डेटा एनालिटिक्स एनालिटिकल जॉब्स. ओके, the same example we are taking, like for e-commerce applications where various customers are coming on the portal, they are doing various purchases. Okay, so the portal is recording all of their activities, like एक कस्टमर हमारे पोर्टल पे आया तो कितनी बार आया, ओके, उसने कौन कौन सी चीजें परचेज की, कौन से प्रोडक्ट कैटेगरी पे उसका कितना फोकस है, ठीक है, किस प्राइस रेंज के प्रोडक्ट्स वो ज्यादातर परचेज करता है. तो ऑल दिस काइंड्स ऑफ एनालिटिकल डेटा बैकग्राउंड में हमारे डेटाबेस में स्टोर होता है, और उस डेटा को प्रोसेस करने के लिए और उसको ऊपर बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स होती है, जिसके लिए बिजनेस एनालिटिकल सॉफ्टवेयर एंड द प्रोसेसिंग जॉब्स हमें शेड्यूल करने पड़ते हैं. ठीक है, तो ऑल दिस काइंड ऑफ बैकग्राउंड जॉब्स एंड एनालिटिकल स्क्रिप्ट्स और द प्रोसेसिंग, ओके, इस टाइप के जो वर्कलोड्स होते हैं उनके लिए भी हमें कंप्यूटर्स की आवश्यकता होगी, वर्चुअल सर्वर्स की आवश्यकता होगी. सो AWS provides the options for selecting for that kind of need also. Machine learning and AI model creation and simulations and development and testing purpose. Okay, so all these are the scenarios or the use cases where we would need to create the virtual machine, okay, on AWS cloud or even on another cloud also, like Azure and IBM itself. Okay, so this is all about the requirement and the use cases where we would need to create the EC2 machine or the virtual machine itself. Okay. So let us move to discuss the types, like what all EC2 types are available on AWS environment. Okay. So the first one and a very widely used EC2 instance type is general purpose instance. Okay. General purpose instance provides a balance of compute, memory, and networking resources and can be used for a variety of diverse workload. These instances are ideal for applications that use resources in equal proportion, such as web server or code repositories. Okay. प्रीवियस स्लाइड में मैंने डिस्कस किया कि डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट होती हैं, लाइक एप्लीकेशन सर्वर, डेटाबेस सर्वर, वेब एप्लीकेशंस, ओके, बैकग्राउंड जॉब्स. तो जनरल पर्पस इंस्टेंसेस जो हैं, इस तरह के इंस्टेंस के टाइप्स होते हैं जहां पे कंप्यूट पावर, मेमोरी एंड नेटवर्किंग एंड स्टोरेज, ओके, ऑल दिस फैक्टर्स, ऑल दिस रिसोर्सेज जो वो बैलेंस प्रोपोर्शन में होते हैं. ओके, and balance proportion in order to meet any general purpose requirement. General purpose requirement is like हमें डेटाबेस सर्वर क्रिएट करना हो, ई कॉमर्स वेब सर्वर क्रिएट करना हो, एप्लीकेशन सर्वर बनाना हो, वेब सर्वर बनाना हो, या अपना जो प्रोजेक्ट के कोड्स होते हैं उनके लिए रिपोजिटरी तैयार करनी हो, एंड वी हैव टू होस्ट द बिट बकेट देयर ऑन द गिट सॉफ्टवेयर वी कैन इंस्टॉल देयर. ओके, तो जितने भी तरह के जो नॉर्मल बिजनेस एप्लीकेशंस होते हैं, जनरल पर्पस एप्लीकेशंस, लाइक डेवलपिंग दिस काइंड ऑफ पोर्टल्स, ओके, where we would require the balance ratio of all these compute resources, the compute, memory, networking and storage. ये सारी चीजें मिलकर एक किसी तो मशीन्स को प्रोविजन करते हैं, फ्रेम करते हैं. तो जनरल पर्पस इंस्टेंसेस जो होते हैं उसमें ये सब की जो कैपेसिटी होती है वो बैलेंस प्रोपोर्शन में होता है. ठीक है, सो ऑल दिस काइंड ऑफ machine or EC2 instances are known as the general purpose instances. Okay, general purpose instances की सीरीज जो होती है वो M series instances, T series instances. These are the series with which we can identify the general purpose instances itself. Okay, when we will go on the AWS console and we are going to create a virtual machine, we will see these resources. Okay, that T2, T3, T3. Okay, so even in T2 there are different sizes also, like micro, small, medium, large. Okay, and there are different further series like T3A, T3. Okay, after that there are M series of EC2 instance. Okay, so all this series comes within the general purpose instances also. Okay, that and this general purpose instances EC2 machines are used for the widely used application across the business and the enterprise community on our organizations itself. Okay, so this was the introduction and the definition about general purpose instances. नेक्स्ट वन इज कंप्यूट ऑप्टिमाइज इंस्टेंसेस. ओके, कंप्यूट ऑप्टिमाइज इंस्टेंसेस की जो सीरीज स्टार्ट होती है वो सी सीरीज होता है, C8, C7 GN, C7I. ओके, सो दीज आर if the series is starting from C, just we should definitely easily know that this is the compute optimized series itself. Okay. And compute optimized instances होते हैं. Compute optimized instances are ideal for compute bound applications that benefits from high performance processor. Instances belonging to this category are well suited for batch processing workload, media transcoding, high performance web server where high level of computing power is needed, scientific modeling, dedicated gaming server, machine learning workloads, and high compute intensive workload. Okay. इस तरह के यूज केसेस और सिनेरियोज जहां पे काफी हाई वॉल्यूम में कंप्यूट पावर की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है. प्रीवियस जनरल पर्पस में हमने क्या देखा कि ऑल दिस फैक्टर्स लाइक कंप्यूट, मेमोरी, स्टोरेज, नेटवर्किंग capacity all were in the balanced proportion, right? But here in this scenario, there are use cases where very high in a high amount of compute capacity is required. Okay, like as we are discussing that background processing, but background processing on huge data. Okay, that is completely dedicated for doing the background jobs and very large set of data itself. Okay. That kind of and that is also to be very performant, okay, in terms of the delivery of the result. Okay, so wherever we need a very high level of computation, okay, in that case we can go for the compute optimized instances. Okay, media transformation, media transcoding, like we want to create a web server, okay, where we provide the facility to upload the user to upload their images. Okay, there are some videos. Okay, and some kind of video transformation and editing in the background with the scheduled job or the scripting is happening. Okay, and that is again those transformed videos and contents are being restored on different destination itself. Okay, so this kind of media transformation and transcoding jobs, okay, that is happening on the high volume where the we need a high volume of computation power. Okay. Again, the high performance web server where high level of computation power is needed. Okay, let's say Ojuma websites of any stock market where consistent volume of users are always online. Okay, and if various transactions are happening even per millisecond itself. In that case, again, we would need a very high performance computation power itself. Scientific calculations and modelings. Okay, dedicated gaming server. Okay, that is also example of the high computation requirement. Machine learning workload itself. Okay, so these are the scenarios where we could select and go for compute optimized instances where compute capacity is the priority. Okay, but in the previous series, like general purpose, everything we would need in the balanced capacity, right? Because they are normal application itself, your normal day-to-day used applications like e-commerce portal, okay, matrimonial portal, job portal, all these are not, we don't require a very high computation power itself. Okay, all the factors are in proportional balance, then that is okay. But in this case, the computation power is the primary factor here. Okay, so this is the second category where these series are available, like C series. Okay, these are called the compute optimized instances. So that is the another category, the second category of EC2 instances itself. Next one is the memory optimized instances, where the memory is the primary factor. Okay, like storage and the memory. Okay, in memory processing, we need such scenarios where the whose data is being processed within the memory itself and being stored in the backend databases like SAP, SQL, and NoSQL databases. Okay, so these series are called memory optimized instances. Okay, in the previous one, the compute was the primary factor, but in this series, the memory is the primary factor. Okay, we would be in situation like where we need some kind of resource where huge data is being stored and processed within the cache itself, like Memcache or the Redis, okay, in the application. And further that, after processing, they are being stored into the permanent storage itself. Okay, there are many such scenarios like real-time big data analytics, like Hadoop and the Spark cluster. Okay, and other enterprise applications also. So those kind of requirements where in memory is the primary factor for the applications. So the scenarios, okay, in that case, we can go for the memory optimized instances also. And these instances, these are the series of these this kind of instances like R8G, R7G, R7I, R7IJ, and further there are various other series itself, depending upon the various sizes, resource sizes itself, like networking, storage, RAM, depending upon those variations, there are different kind of series itself we can see. Okay, so this is the third one, the memory optimized instances itself. Sorry. Next one is the accelerated computing. Accelerated computing instances use hardware accelerators or co-processors to perform functions such as floating point number calculations, graphics processing, or data pattern matching more efficiently than is possible in software running on CPUs. Okay, so this is another a high performance requirement, like graphical processing, data pattern matching. Okay, and scientific calculations like floating point calculations, and where multiple hardwares and multiple co-processors are required. Okay, and these are the use cases like generative AI applications, like if you have to train your AI model. Okay, if you are creating a utility or some kind of tool that is like chat GPT or some kind of AI tools itself. Okay, and you have to process huge data to model and train your uh, application itself. Okay, different kind of code generation, video and image generation, speech recognition, like it's all the example of the machine learning itself. So all this kind of workloads, we would need the high performance applications, high performance resource and the virtual machine itself. So in that case, like weather forecasting also use financial modeling. Okay, and predictions itself. So these are the use cases where we would require a high performing resource, high performing computation itself. So for those kind of resources requirement itself, we can go for the accelerated computing. And these are the series for the accelerated computing, the P5, P4, G6E, G6, G5. These are different variations, okay, within this type itself, is accelerated computing instances. Okay, so that is the another one. And the next one is storage optimized instances. Yeah, this is a storage optimized instances designed for workload that require high sequential read and write to very large data sets, okay, on local storage. Okay, again, this is a kind of where storage is the primary factor. Okay, where high volume of data need to be processed in sequential order. Very huge volume of read write transactions are happening on the data set, and that need to be further stored on the local storage itself. Okay, so in terms of where IOS input output operations is the priority. Okay, how many per second, how many input output are going on. So that is the primary factor. Okay, so again, this is a kind of storage optimized and a storage priority instance types, where input output intensive workload. Okay, जहाँ पे ऐसे applications जहाँ पे input output operations per second जिसकी volume बहुत ज्यादा है, ठीक है, that is in the very huge quantity itself. In that case, this kind of instances can be used like i8G, i7, these are the series. Okay, we will see in the AWS console also. Maybe in upcoming videos when we are going to walk through the management console on AWS itself, where we will see all this series itself. Okay, so in that case, we can go for the storage optimized instances. Okay, so this is the another series of EC2 instance types. And next one is the SPC optimized high performance computing instances are purpose built for offer best pricing performance for running HPC high performance workload at a scale on AWS. Okay, this is again next level of high performance computation where we need like ideal for applications that benefit from high performance processors such as large complex simulations and deep learning workload. Okay, again this is the next level of scenario where a very high computation power is required. Okay, for the example scenario like complex simulation, deep machine learning, all these kind of requirements for this we can use for HPC optimize itself, optimize instances itself. Okay, further in detail, if you want to go study about the EC2 instances, this is the link from AWS Instance Types, where you can go and read about all the EC2 instances in details. Okay, and each and every point have been explained in very detailed manner itself. Okay, I'll put this link in the description of the video, where we can go through and read about this all these instance types in very detail itself. Okay, in next video we are going to discuss about the purchasing option and the pricing factor for all these instances. Okay, so that video we will be launching soon. And yeah, so this is the topic of this video itself. Like EC2 instance types, we discuss different kind of EC2 instance that are there, like general purpose, compute optimized instances. General purpose are for the general purpose application, like e-commerce portal, web portal, job portal, background jobs, all these kinds of general purpose requirement of the scenarios. We can go for general purpose. Compute optimized, where the computation is the primary factor. Next one, memory optimized instances, where the in-memory capacity is the primary factor. Accelerated computing, that is where the CPU computation power, okay, that is the also the again the primary one. And next one is storage optimized, where the storage is the primary factor itself. HPC optimized, very high performance computation requirement, that is the HPC optimized instances itself. Okay, and yeah, that is the end of this video series. I hope you like these videos, guys, and if you find this video very informative, please subscribe to the channel and like the videos. Okay, and so that if you click the subscribe button, and you will get the automatic notification for all upcoming videos of from my channel. And this is also for the motivation of the team. Okay, if you subscribe, it is really motivating and encouraging us to create more such interesting videos for the community. Okay, and thank you very much for watching this video. Okay, stay connected, stay happy, stay healthy. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.